Hey CCSB, I'm Matt Beyondred, and I've been part of the parish for the past 12 years. I wanted to share a little bit about some things that I do in prayer to be able to help connect me to God more clearly and to become more aware of God in my daily life. And what I do is the Daily Examen, which was a prayer that was strongly recommended by St. Ignatius. And the way that the prayer works is it's really simple and straightforward. It's about a 20-minute exercise, and it's broken up into 5 parts. The first part is acknowledging the presence of God in the very moment that you're saying the prayer. And the idea being that this prayer should be more of a personal conversation with God. And so having that awareness is super important. The second part of the prayer is to go through the past 24 hours and to look at who you were with, what you were doing, where you went, and why you were doing those things that you were doing, and what you felt. And it's really important that in that reflection, you specifically look for the times that you turned towards God. Maybe you showed a certain person forgiveness, maybe generosity, maybe it was faith. And it's important to become and acknowledge, or to become aware of it, and to acknowledge that God was present to you in that time. The third part of the prayer is to reflect on the same 24 hours and look at all the times that you turned away from God, where you weren't able to make the right decision. And in those moments, it's important to dig in and try and reflect a little bit more on why. What was it that you were holding on to so tightly that you was too difficult to do the thing that God wanted you to do? What was the right thing? It's really important to go to that core issue. And then after that, the fourth part of the prayer is to reflect on that day and select just a couple of specific situations or scenarios or things that happened that you're grateful for, and to give thanks to God for that. And finally, this is a really important thing for Ignatius, and that is a prayer of petition, and to specifically ask God for certain graces or things that you need or want but can't, don't have it within your own power to get. And so, when you consider those things, it's also important to reflect on why. I find that understanding why helps me understand the core need that I want, and that's really important because oftentimes God answers those prayers, but it manifests in a different way than I had thought, but the same core need is filled. And so this is really important to become aware of this and in touch, because as God is giving you the things that you need, it's really helpful to then know that you needed them in the first place, and be cognizant of that. So again, this is just a super simple 20-minute prayer. You acknowledge God, you reflect on your day and look at all the places and times you turned towards God. Look at all the times that you turned away from God. It's a prayer of gratitude, and then a prayer of petition. And if you do that every day, what I've found is that it makes me far more aware of God in my daily life, in real time. So I hope you give it a shot. Thanks.